Millennia of peace have passed since the mechanical gods ascended, leaving the lower order robots to cultivate the world. But something forgotten and terrible now stirs amidst the stars. The Megabeast, a pulsing, moon-sized orb of flesh and countless eyes, mouths and reproductive organs, penetrates the stratosphere and spills its children onto the world. It is up to you, a lone robot, to fight this unstoppable plague of meat. You must delve beneath the earth to retrieve the lost artifacts of wartime so that you may become fight enough to face the Megabeast. Should you fail, your carcass will be added to the mountains of metal already scraping the sky.
Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at a robot named Fight. A randomly generated Metroidvania, a roguelike some might call it, and others will get pissy about calling it. But let's just get right in here. This is a run-based game. When you die, you lose all your progress, and potentially unlock things for your future runs. However, I think this does the Metroidvania thing a lot better than most of these games. These sort of randomly generated games with Metroid elements in them. This is very much meant to be Metroid, though the enemy design is a lot more kind of later Contra games. A lot of meat, as that intro showed. Here's Tutorial Smith. He dies after you talk to him. He tells you to press buttons. So, when you start off, all you have is your regular arm cannon for this totally not Metroid-looking, or Samus-looking robot. Actually kind of looks like the Galactic Federation Marines, if they were done in pixel art, specifically the ones from Metroid Prime Echoes. That might just be the mask shape. So we start off with the blaster, we can't charge, and you can see up the top we have an energy meter, but we don't have anything that uses that yet, because that's only for your sub-weapons. What makes this kind of neat is, as I said, it's a Metroidvania kind of game, so there's doors all over the map that you can't access right away until you get certain power-ups to open them. What makes that interesting is there are actually multiple items that will fulfill the same power-up role. So like, you might get a missile sub-weapon that you can use to open missile explosive-based doors, but you might also get a power-up that just changes your regular shots into explosive shots, and that'll do the same thing. Also, there's a item up there. We need to climb this pile of robot corpses. Yep. So this is one of the 4 currencies next to our energy here. As it says there, allies can use that to forge upgrades for you. So there's the 4 currencies. The one on top left, the one that looks like a old rifle clip, is just kind of the regular scrap, and that's basically the money. And then the other 3, the 3 colors of archaic scrap, are used for, you know, it'll be like something will cost 25 regular scrap and 1 blue archaic scrap, and that'll get you some of the power-ups, new guns, stuff like that. Though I don't think you can get any of the essential power-ups from shops that you need to progress. And it seems like even though it's randomly generated, it's always randomly generated with obstacles that you can find an item to bypass. So it's never like, oh, I just can't open this door because the thing for it didn't generate in this run. So hopefully we can see a few bosses here. I've only done 2 runs so far, so I unlocked a decent amount of stuff in those 2 runs just from accessing new areas, it seems. So we'll see what we get in this run. Looks like there's a important power-up, one room below us, but we can't get there from here. Oop, meat dragon. You don't necessarily need to kill the enemies, because again, like Metroid, when you leave a room, all the enemies in it respawn. Okay, this I can't get past until I have some sort of phaser ability that lets me shoot through the terrain, like a wave beam. So we can't go that way. I think I actually can drop down here. I'm looking at the map, and it looks like there's no solid line between 2 rooms. You can lock your cannon in, diagonals like that, or pull both to aim up, so again, very Metroid there. Obviously the art style isn't as good as your 2D Metroids, but, you know, that's a pretty high bar in terms of this style of pixel art to match, so I think this is decent enough as it is. I don't think it's ugly, though I will say this looks like it would be more at home on the Genesis than the Super Nintendo. Oh, I was lucky. Dropped right onto the power-up. Okay, this guy's gonna spit. A lot of puking and spitting from these enemies. But I mean, it's not like Metroid's never done body horror. Remember Nightmare from Metroid Fusion? I'm almost dead. I gotta stop paying attention to the damage I'm taking. You know, all these tentacles in the background and the meat moon that it mentioned in the intro kind of reminds me of the intro to Starbound. Remember that game? Probably not. Still, for as much as people complain about Starbound never actually being finished yet, I will say that I've definitely gotten my time for the amount I spent on it, regardless. So even if I don't ever play it again, I still don't feel ripped off that I spent money on it. So because it wasn't exactly expensive when it came out, now was it? Alright, back to full health. Need to find a power-up or something here. Pretty much anytime you get to a room like this where there's no obvious power-up required to progress, it's probably just because you need to shoot through a wall. You know, I'd actually say that of the Metroids, this reminds me the most of Fusion Zero Mission for its kind of Game Boy Advance looking sprites. But I mean, yeah, they're definitely not trying to hide their influence here. I mean, even the way you kind of flip through the air when you jump like that, which only happens if you hold a direction to the sides when you jump, otherwise you just do a little hop. It even makes the same kind of swooshy sound when you go through the air. I'm not really finding much. Usually I've already found a power-up by now. I think your general goal is to descend deeper and deeper, at least that's the way it seemed last time. Though it seems... I guess that's in line with the story. I was going to say that seems odd if the thing is in the sky, but if we're delving deeper and deeper for better old technology, then I guess that works. Okay, that's another phaser, so we can't progress here either. Watch out for the turd piles. I think so far of the secondary abilities I got, the most useful one was the rocket launcher, because it does a fair amount of damage, definitely a lot more than your average missiles in Metroid. Alright, what do we got here? Face shot. That's exactly what we need. Sadly, it doesn't make our beam any bigger. So now we can just hit that switch, clear the meat out of the way. Okay. It's like my instinct to try to avoid these gibs that come out of them, because usually in a Metroid game if that happened, you would take damage if it hit you. Alright, so far all we're getting is just a straight corridor. Okay, there's a boss in the next room. You can see the little three-eyed face on the map there. Actually, I don't know if you can, but it's pretty faint. Alright, this guy's pretty easy. Gotta jump over his shots. That was real easy, even without the missiles. Again, I haven't really fought any complicated bosses, but there was one that did a whole lot of damage per hit, which might be kind of cheap difficulty, but that might also be to account for the fact that you could have a lot more health. Okay, map's saying there's something hidden down here. I guess there are usually little features like the indents that were on the wall there that kind of indicate secrets. Now, before I progress too far, I should probably go back for that other door. Because there are certain points where I dropped down and actually was cut off from the other part of the map until I found some sort of double jump. I don't actually know if there is a double jump, but I assume if I found that, I would be able to backtrack. So it definitely makes me want to explore all the horizontal paths before progressing. So just kind of rush through here. Taking all kinds of damage here for no reason. Mainly because I don't want to take too long getting back here. So yeah, this whole game is really just kind of meant to be a condensed sort of Metroid experience. You're still collecting these power-ups so you can get through various parts of the map and access new areas. But the whole thing can be beat, I think normally in like an hour is how long a run would take to complete. Getting a little sloppy here, but these guys drop health pretty frequently, so I'm not too worried. Ugh, meat is in the way. Hop over these guys. The music's also decent. I mean, again, Metroid has pretty good music. As you can tell from my Subnautica videos, I'm pretty fond of it. In that door. Hopefully there's actually something here that was worth backtracking for. Looks like there's a power up here. Oh, so we actually got a new suit. It's the first time I've seen one of those. So I guess that reduced our speed, but we have a lot more health now. So yeah, that was worth going back for. And again, that would have been the kind of power-up that I could have missed, and it wouldn't have been a big deal, because we don't need it to progress. It's not like we got the Varia suit or something here. low. Gotta be careful here. Especially with this spitter guy. Ah, crap. Not a lot of invincibility frames. Alright, kind of screwed that one. Let's just do one more quick thing. You can see there's some variety here. Clearly we can see what killed him this time, this meat monster. Press buttons. Let's see if we can find a different power-up just to kind of compare to what I found last time. Hopefully we won't get a straight corridor this time, again. There was a power-up back there. But yeah, from what I played of this so far, I can see myself playing a bunch of these runs in one go. Got a real goofy downward shooting stance. And again, you can see where the rooms are the same. Like, obviously this is the room where the spitty guy is. So those things will be the same, obviously, because they're not tile-based. But their actual locations will be different. And it's one of those things where I kind of hope they add more to the generation matrix later on. You know, new rooms and stuff like that. Maybe some new enemy layouts for the existing rooms, so it's not always the same. Okay. Power up below. There's another one of those archaic scrap. We didn't actually find a shopkeeper before I died, but they are out there. Ah, I missed that scrap. Okay, so I can't get through here without a slide ability or something similar. No morph ball, I don't think. That might actually be what we get here. Arachnomorph. Okay, so instead of a morph ball, we can turn into a little robot. And again, this is an alternate ability instead of getting the the slide, which is what I got in the previous run for going through those little gaps. Oh, he's coming back. Alright, so let's just drop down here. Now we can arachnomorph. There seems to be a time limit for how long you can stay like this. Or something I pressed caused me to transform back. Alright, speed up. Can I stick to walls or anything? No. I haven't seen one of these double tentacle rooms yet. Damage aura. Now, does that make me do more damage when I have it active, or does it just damage things around me when it's active? I have no idea. There's no way to look at what your upgrades do, which is a shame. Oh no, this is how I died. Oh, jeez. So that sucks. I kind of wish there was a little bit longer of an invincibility period. Because there definitely is in Metroid for when you fall in hazards like that, so you don't die so quickly. But I'd say that overall this feels a lot more forgiving than some of the similar games of this sort. And I believe that Revenant Station that I just unlocked actually gives you an extra life if you find it. Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing more damage. Also, the lack of invincibility frames there means when he does that beam attack, it can actually take out your entire health bar in one shot, because it'll just keep hitting you, as I learned with one of the other beam enemies. Get a little energy back. Energy also seems to recharge slowly on its own. So you can see there's definitely some variety going on here. Good enough. I don't want to go down just yet, so let's see what's over to the right. A horrible monster of mouth and teeth. Of mouth and teeth. As opposed to, you know, just a mouth without teeth. Now, can I get up here at all yet? Or do I need some sort of space jump? I did unlock something called the Infina Jump, which I assume is the same thing as the, like, screw attack, space jump kind of thing. Okay, so this is the second area, I think. I mean, obviously it doesn't give you any sort of defining boundary, but it looks different, has different music. I assume it's a new area. And I did unlock something for getting here the first time, so that seems to correlate with how these games usually work. We got something here. Spikes, attack module, rate of fire up. So I haven't noticed that the rate of fire is actually significantly faster. Okay, you see that kind of creep-looking stuff on the ground there? There are mouths that come out of it. And they're not enemies, so you can't shoot them, they're just obstacles, so you can't touch them. The map does say there's a power up here. Probably over on this left bit. Oh, I didn't even see it. It was covered up by the HUD. So, on my first run, I think I died at the third area, where there was like flickering lights and it's kind of harder to see. But I think that's the furthest I've gotten so far. Something in here. And this looks like this might be one of those Revenant stations over on the left here. So I think when I die now, I'll respawn there once I always appreciate when games like this give you an option like that. I mean, especially when it's something like Don't Starve, where, you know, it's permadeath, but you can go for a very long time without dying. So having things that give you an extra life are very handy. It's really a game I keep meaning to get back to. There's so much in that game that I've, like, seen on the wiki but never actually experienced myself. Because it feels like that's one of those games where anytime you're taking a risk, you're gonna potentially throw away a lot more work than, you know, taking a risk in a game like this. And there's even a new Don't Starve expansion coming out. It's also one of those games where I wish I had people for Don't Starve together. These guys will drop on you if you run onto them. I'm hoping we'd find like a shopkeeper. And right as I said that, I noticed there's one above me. So I think this guy is the Orb Smith. I don't really know what the orbs are. I can't remember what the last one I got from him did. We've got this shield-looking orb, which costs 1 red and 10 regular, or this one, which costs 15. If it's more expensive, it's probably better. So let's see what this does. I'm not sure what I was expecting from Shoot Orb, but I guess Orb that shoots is probably a pretty good description. So it's just a little kind of Gradius option. I wonder if that can get destroyed. Also, it can't shoot diagonally, so that's good to know. Still, it'll increase my DPS a little bit on bosses and things that don't float. Even if it all kind of floats down here. This room is such a pain in the ass to get out of. I guess rooms like this are the reason why you can still shoot as the crawly orb. Alright. Let's maybe, I don't know, find a boss or something, and I think we'll call it, even if I don't die. Okay, so these need a speed boost. I found a kind of dash ability where you hit B and kind of shoot forward a little bit. That would get me through that. So we need a phaser and we need a dash. Upgrade in here. Down by accident. Or just scrap. That's important too. What do we got here? Yep. Okay. Oh, didn't even notice that mouth there. So it's getting a little tougher now that we're in these lower areas. More environmental obstacles. Okay, so the dash must be around here if I'm getting multiple places I needed to progress. None of the abilities ever seem to be super far away from where you need them. Okay, so for this fleshy door, we need a fire ability of some sort. Either a flamethrower or flame shots. Flame aura, maybe. This is definitely one of those games that I'd like to come back to for Till First Death runs, since this is kind of what that type of video was originally intended for, instead of classic games like Doom. Well, games like this, as well as games like, you know, Rust and Daisy. I'd also like to do First Death videos for those. I think there's a place above where I can use my spider ability to get something. Avoid the meat dragon, or just get hit by it. there, so this is my only option here. Oh, I didn't even need the spider there, I needed it here. I don't know why I didn't realize it was in the same spot. I guess as you get more familiar with this game, you'll kind of know where the secrets are in each of these kind of rooms. Like this one is probably down here, and that's why there's these mouth things. But I think I don't have the health to mess around there. Another phase shot. Not the most exciting power-up. Oop. That might have been death for me if I stayed there a second longer. I've already forgotten what we need up above. Sadly, it doesn't really mark on your map the required power-ups. I can't remember if I needed the phase shot or the slide up there. That's where we need the dash. Hopefully one of these paths down here is something that needs a phase shot, because I've already forgotten. This is a bad room. Oh. Needs the dash as well. I think this one above needs a phase shot. Nope, that's the one that needs fire. God damn. I really do need to go the whole way back. But that's why it's a Metroidvania, right? Backtracking to old areas with new abilities. Okay, hop up here. Take out this guy. Don't actually need to go here. Need to keep going up the way I came. Sometimes I'll forget which trigger is which diagonal. Since I feel like aiming up the right trigger and down the left trigger isn't necessarily intuitive. These bigger enemies are typically worth killing just for the fact that they can drop multiple things as scrap. Okay, this room, I remember. We can just kind of nudge that, we can get through. Oh, there's mouths on the roof too, and I didn't see those. I don't know how you'd be on the roof long enough for those to catch you. This is where we need this. Another fire rate upgrade. I know I said we were going to stop soon, but we haven't actually encountered a boss. Though it looks like there might be a very large boss up ahead based on the size of that icon. So this would be a good way to die. Oh, mouths. I really hope there's enemies that that can drop health here. But I didn't hit any of them. Yeah, so one-time use, now it's broken. I totally forgot I had that. Let's say we head back there and give that boss what for. So he's over there. There is an upgrade here I might be able to get. I go down one more. Having a sub-weapon would be really handy for a boss here. And also not being dead would be handy too. Alright, I needed that. Yeah, I think all these other ones down here are dash or fire. Try to get some health back from these enemies. Or just take more damage, that works too. Okay, nearly full. That boss is going to be tough because I can't stay in one spot, otherwise I'll get malleable. Plus there's those little distraction enemies running around. Yeah, I've been having fun with this so far. I mean, I only started this like 2 hours ago, I think. But it's one of those games where when I die, I certainly don't feel like I mind starting over again. This is just kind of fun to play, even if it doesn't look the prettiest. And like, for me, again, it's way more important that it plays good for one of these kind of games than it looks good. I mean, games like Dead Cells kind of hit the golden mark for both of those because it's a really pretty game that feels very good to play. But not every game's going to be like that. Okay, so avoid those. This was going to break. Oh boy. Mouth there, gotta watch out for that. Seems like a good spot. Nope, broken little bits. I was gonna say, that boss wasn't so tough. I'm not actually sure what killed me there. I think I got hit by a bunch of those little guys at once, because it looks like shooting them spawns more, so you don't want to shoot them super quick like I was doing there, because now there's like 30 of those little guys. Alright, well, that's it for a robot named Fight for now. It's pretty fun. I think it's like $12 on Steam right now, and so far I'd say it's worthwhile. If you're not already playing, you know, Samus Returns, but again, I think this is a game that a lot of people will perhaps glance over just because the name's kind of dumb, which is a shame, because I've been having fun with it. Anyhow, I've been Shadefire, this is a robot named Fight, and maybe we'll see some more of this with some not first impressions, till first deaths in future runs, because if people want to see that, I'd be down to do it some more. Till next time, take care, folks.